Plushes, stuffed animals, whatever you call them. You do not realize how much I love those things. I am not kidding. No matter what age or point in my life, something about stupid little fuzzy squishy creatures has always filled me with so much joy. You know what else fills me with joy? Pokemon. So combine those two things and you've got a hyperfixation like no other. Don't believe me? Look at this. All mine, and I am actively choosing to not stop. Especially the giant ones. I've got 2 more on the way. If you think I have a problem, then you just don't get it. Now let me tell you a story. Back in 2022, Pokemon ended up sending me a couple little care packages, not only for the release of Scarlet and Violet, but a general Christmas one too. They had a Scarlet Violet bag, poster, cute little tie, of course a plush of one of the starters, and the Christmas one had little Pokemon ornaments as well as a very generous $100 gift card to the Pokemon Center, the Pokemon Company's merch store. Of course, I ended up spending like $900 buying more plushes anyway, but that's besides the point. By the way, I had no idea they were gonna send me anything in the first place. Like, I have no idea how they found my address, it kinda just appeared. Anyway, in the boxes, there was also a business card for a contact at the Pokemon Company, Stefan. I decided to send them an email mentioning the boxes were received safe and sound, and to say thank you so much for sending me anything in the first place because it made me very happy. To my surprise, Stefan actually responded, and was very happy it all delivered with no problems. They also mentioned that if I ever needed anything Pokemon related, to hit them up. And I don't know why, but in that moment, understanding I had just purchased $900 worth of Pokemon plushes 2 hours prior, I decided to say, Stefan, can you send me an entire Pokedex of Pokemon plushes for me to rank? And long story short, Stefan, the GOAT, made it happen. A few business days later, and an enormous box full of 174 Pokemon plushies was on my doorstep. Fun fact, that equates to 30 whole pounds of plushies. So what was specifically in the box was all of Generation 5's decks of Pokemon Sitting Cuties, which is Pokemon's plush line dedicated to making a plush form of every single Pokemon in a certain generation. The Gen 5 line is actually really special because they sent it to me before they were even released to the public. Like Stefan said, I'm the only creator that's been approved to have all of this new line, which once again, thank you so much, Pokemon Company. You don't know how much this means to me. I am eternally grateful. I do want to clarify that the Pokemon Company sent me all these plushies for free out of the kindness of their own hearts, but they aren't paying me to like promote them or make a video or anything. This is all me. However, if you just happen to want to get yourself any of the plushes you see in the video, the line is available starting April 5th on the Pokemon Center website if you're in the US, Canada, or UK. It sounds like a sponsor, but it's not. I just like Pokemon a lot, okay? Is that such a crime? Now, all that being said, I'm gonna do the first ever IRL tier list of every single Gen 5 Sitting Cutie Pokemon has to offer. I haven't seen them yet, I'm going into it completely blind. And Pokemon, if you're watching, if a plush just happens to be a little bit ugly, I hope you understand that I'm gonna have to call it ugly. I'm so sorry, please don't be mad at me. I have to speak the truth for the people. So, as you can see, we have a IRL tier list. First ever done from my knowledge, I haven't looked. Oh, I should probably talk about what we're gonna be doing as like critique. So we're gonna be looking at how good the Pokemon looks, just in general. Since they're called Sitting Cuties, we're gonna rank them based on how well they sit. So if they're like look really good but they faceplant, that's down a tier. Yeah, the sit rank. I think that's fair, yeah. S rank, best ones. They look great, they sit great. A tier is they look good or they sit good, but they're not like top tier, you know? B is being generous because Pokemon might be watching. And then we've got the sad tier, which I didn't want to say was like D or F tier. So
that's the bad one.
It's not the best, it could be better. I don't know how many are gonna be good. Like I said, I haven't looked at them all yet. We're gonna plop them down here, take a good old gander, and then we're gonna put them in the tier list. The Pokemon Company sent me a nice little letter. They said, let me know which one's your favorite. And I'm like, I'm gonna tell you all of my opinions.
I don't think they knew what they were signing up for.
We found Victini. I will say right out the gate, this guy looks great. He sits very well. He's got his little wings. He doesn't sit that well, actually. Like if I were to plop him down, he'd fall over. I'll consider Victini very cute. If I'm a Victini fan, I'd be ecstatic about this. I think this is a safe A tier because he's not that consistent on the sitting, but if I had him on my desk, I would look at him and be like, that's an awesome guy. Next, we've got Snivy. This guy's a funny guy. He's very narrow, if you can see. Like his head is very thin. Oh my God, I did not expect him to sit at Tostada.
What? You look at a Snivy? There he goes. The feet have to be spread for him to sit. Overall, I think he looks great. He's got his little wispies. As a Snivy fan, would you be happy about him?
I don't know if I could be a Snivy fan though.
My instinct is to put him a little B tier. He's a little thin, narrow. That's why I want him to have a little bit of plump to him. So he'll go right here. Servine looks much better, I will say. See, like, he's got more plumpness to him. I think he sits pretty good, I'd say. They got his little back toe. Do you see it? I think he's also a good old B tier. I'm seeing so many guys. You don't really realize how many Pokemon are in Unova until you have 174 plushes of them all.
I mean, at what point do you just dump them all out?
You're right, actually. Be free, guys. Oh my god.
Does that become better or worse for you?
It'll get much more simple. We're moving on.
Yep.
We're going to Tepig. Well, here's this guy. I'll put him there for now. And then there he is. We got him. We got him. This guy's awesome. He's got his little oinky tail. I did not expect him to be like sitting.
Kind of like in a meerkat stance.
Yeah, he's kind of like up and ready, you know? But honestly, I think this is a great one. I think he goes A tier as well. Very cute. It looks like he's got underwear on though. Pignite. I could just like plop him down however, and he sits. The more I look at him, he's funny looking.
And you're not ranking it off your personal Pokemon preference.
No, but like,
Because you're not a Pignite fan.
I'm not a Pignite fan. But I think he gets a solid B tier because Tepig is cuter. And then we've got Emboar. Big man. All things considered, sits well. That looks like Emboar. I think he gets B tier. Good old B tier. Maybe I need to start changing my opinions a little bit.
Maybe a little meaner.
Oh, quick Oshawott. Oh, that's adorable. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He has a round bottom and he's got like a Mickey Mouse nose. I think he looks great. I like how the seashell is like plush as well. It's not just like felted on. I think he's a great guy. He doesn't sit that well though. Actually, he's got like beans at the bottom. Do you hear it? I think the engineers, Oshawott engineers, put beans in his butt so that he sits easier.
So he's built to last.
He's built to sit. And you know what? I think that's an A for effort. I think he's so damn cute that I can look past how difficult it is for him to sit naturally. And I think he goes in A tier. I think that's a really cute guy. We got Duat here, who looks like he's standing guy.
In the sitting cuties line?
He actually can sit down. Actually, he sits really well.
That's probably the best sit we've seen so far.
I think he looks great. I think he also goes into A tier.
So can you find Samurott in here?
Yes, I can, Jacob. We got him.
Oh, he looks a little silly.
He's a little bit of a silly guy. Very good sit. That is a posture where like I could plop him down and he sits automatically. The big old sausage head of him looks a little funny. I don't know how they were supposed to translate it. They've got his attitude. Do you see like the smolder, smirk look? He's pissed. I get that he's a samurai and he's supposed to be like ready to fight or something. This is a solid B tier.
Carried by the sit, I think.
Carried by the sit. If he didn't sit and he looked like that, that's a sad face tier. Oh, we got him. Oh my goodness. He sits, but he's a little crooked, I might say. I would have liked it to be like more planted like this. I guess you have to mold him. Just compared to these guys, I think it's a bit of a downgrade. I think he's a sad face tier. No,
I think he understands.
I feel bad.
He looks so alone and sad.
Tostada, will you find Patrat for me? She doesn't know what to do.
She doesn't even know what a Patrat is.
Got him. Whoa, I've got some notes with him. Oh no, Patrat.
Too chonky for his own good.
This is what he's supposed to look like. I will say, I think this is the first one where the color is a little off compared to normal Patrat, and his face is giant. He sits well after kind of like molding him to the ground a little bit. I think he goes right here.
No.
What, do you think he goes higher?
No, it's just
It's a
sad,
bummer.
right?
It's a bummer every time. I feel like I'm just being really mean to these innocent Pokemon. Now we got Watchog. Oh, I see him. Oh, I like his little toes. He's got the little like Adventure Time hands. I think that's adorable. The face is not better. Can you get a side profile on him? He's got like a little bit of like a indented face. Oh my god, it's actually like, he is meant to have an indented face. He's got like the pattern just printed onto him. I just don't think he looks that great, I'll be honest. No, I'm gonna put him with his buddy. I think that makes it a little easier for them because at least they have each other. Okay, now we got Lillipup.
Oh.
Oh no, buddy, you're gonna make me have to rethink the entire tier. The body looks good. Tostada, you wanna see? Tostada, what do you, no. You don't go to that tier, Tostada, you're S tier. I think this is not great.
It's cute, but
I feel like this is more of a prototype than anything. I think he's not quite fully baked. Wah wah. Okay, Herdier is next. Yeah, I found him. This is actually a really good one. Proportions are good. He sits really great. If I'm a Herdier fan, I pop off with this plush. I think he's A tier. There you go, buddy. Yeah, he looks great. Yeah, he fits amongst the other ones. I'm actually kind of rethinking Victini. I'll give it like a couple more, but he's very close to being S tier at this moment. Oh yeah, Stoutland. There he is. Oh my god. Surprisingly small. I think it was an interesting choice to sew his little tufts down because he's kind of just a form. I think he's a safe B tier because I don't think he's as bad as Lillipup, but he's not as great as Herdier. We've got Purloin coming up that we found Lifeheart. Oh, look. Aw, this just looks like, oh no.
we're running into the Lillipup conundrum.
Let me just like mold him. He looks great. I love how they have the little arms curve out like they do in the actual Pokemon game. He does like one of these, like that. And that's what they did here. It kind of makes it look a little weird with the little gloves, but I would say pretty good. The face doesn't look the best. It kind of looks like someone's persona, but I think that's also kind of the territory that Purloin is in. A solid B tier, I would say. Then we've got Liepard. Liepard looks great. Sits really well. He's got his little tuft here. I like how they always are pretty good about the little tufties. He kind of looks like he's taking a little pee. Do you see that?
Yeah, there's an elevated leg there.
Yeah, something's happening. I think he looks good. I think it's also just a B tier though. There you go. Pansage. Here we go. Found him immediately. I'll say it, I'm a Pansage hater and proud and vocal. He looks fantastic. He sits pretty well. He looks soft and cute.
Not a thought behind those eyes.
The Sage heads are popping off for this one. I think this is the first Pansage dub in like forever. I think this is what's gonna happen. I think this guy and this guy get promoted to S tier.
Ooh, breaking the seal.
I think they just look really, really good. Like I see that and I'm like, oh, that's adorable. That's a Pokemon plush. Every little part of them are like adorable. And I can't believe that Victini is up there with Pansage. So Semisage is next. This is Semisage. He sits really well. For as complicated as he is, I think he looks fantastic.
Feels easily thrown off balance by like...
Just a little bit of like an earthquake. Oh no. Well, that's like a 7 earthquake.
A 7's a lot. A 7 would knock this whole bookshelf down.
If I'm a Semisage fan, I think this is a fantastic plush. I think he replaces where Victini was with A tier. Okay, now we've got Pansear, the fire guy. There he is. I found him. Oh, we haven't encountered any of them that don't actually sit yet, which I'm surprised. This guy looks great. I think he's cute. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the face. I don't think he looks as good as Pansage. I think it's also the big flame. Like the bush up there looks really, really good. But this is like a little bulbous, you know? But I think that's a solid A tier still. Yeah, he belongs there. Okay, Semisear. I found him. This guy's tail. He looks funny. He's a little too goofy. Oh, the mouth is a little different. Is that how he is? That's super cute. I didn't notice that. He looks fine. He's also just an A tier, I would say. He doesn't sit that great though.
As an A tier?
Yeah, do you belong up there? No, he doesn't. There we go. He belongs there. Panpour. This is my least favorite one.
But
Nothing. I think it's still not good. I just do not like this Pokemon. I don't like what he's about. I don't like the energy he brings into the room. The more I look at him, the more I think he's B tier. No, yeah, I think that's fair. I think Pansage is the cutest and Pansear is also cute. This one is not cute. B tier.
Who's next?
Semi-poor. Aha. This one actually looks much better than...
It looks super hard to balance though.
Is this guy gonna sit? Oh, we got it. You really gotta mush him. Let's see here. I think it looks fine. It's just so hard because I don't like this Pokemon at all. But it's a good plush. I don't know how, but I think it looks better than this one. I guess I just like, no. My bias won't let it go any higher, but you know the truth. The next is Munna. Here he is. Oh my goodness. This guy is adorable.
That's a good plush.
This is a fantastic Munna plush. There's not even anything to critique. It sits well. It's got like good proportion. This being a Munna plush is fantastic. I think this is a great plush. Yeah, this is a very underwhelming Pokemon, but he goes straight up to S tier. All right, and then this guy. Does he sit like this? I guess he sits like that. I think this one also looks good. It's not an easy of an S tier as the other one. I think this is a good Pokemon. I'd say that's an easy S or A tier. Perfect. Hello, Taylor. P-Dove. I saw P-Dove. He's like over here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Whoa. I'm not gonna move him at all, but that beak goes crazy. That is an upward facing beak. So you guys know I'm a bird lover. This guy does not impress me.
Would you say you had high standards as a bird fan?
I don't even think so. I think he just could look better, but I don't even know how to make him better.
I mean, compare it to this.
Compare him to this guy that you can't buy yet, but eventually you can. I really think it's the beak that messes it up. Maybe I just got a faulty one, but it just goes up like that and it's not supposed to. I don't think he's too great. I think he goes down here. He sits fine. It's just the beak that really messes with me. Okay, now we go to Tranquil. This guy looks much better. See, like he sits better. I don't know if it's like a different fabric. It doesn't feel like it, but he's much softer as well. This beak is arguably more weird shaped than this one, and they did a phenomenal job with it. I think this is an easy A tier. I think it's a good Pokemon plush. We can do both Unfezants at the same time. Oh, I found him. He was at my feet.
She?
This is the he.
Oh, he.
Jacob doesn't know bird facts. I would say they both go into the same tier. I think it's the head shape. Like this one's head shape was so good. This guy just doesn't look that great. He's a little turkey-like.
I could even put this in the Forbidden Realm,
In
honestly.
the Forbidden Realm? Oh, his beak also goes up? Oh no. Yeah, it's also like the back of this fabric is not soft. It's like the back of the fabric is also different. Maybe he does go to the Forbidden Realm. Sorry, buddy. I guess they aren't in the same tier. But we're on to Blitzel now. Oh, here he is. Oh, he is meant to sit. This guy's cute.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's a really good one. Unfortunately, I think the different fabric is, like, he's not as soft as the other ones. And I think that's because this fabric is easier to print on, because, like, they printed on the stripes. I wish he was softer, but honestly, he's really good. I'd say he's A tier. He could have been S tier if he was, like, the really soft fabric.
Yeah, he's close, though.
He's a really good
I think
one.
high A tier. I wouldn't feel bad putting him in S just because we have so few.
You think so? He can chill up there for now. You're so right. Oh, he also looks good. Like, I think it's hard. Well, wait, hold on. Let me look at him. His head is giant and then his body is tiny. Like, look at the head compared to the body. Giant head. The tail actually looks really, really good for being as complicated of a shape as it is. He looks great though. I think it's solid. A tier. It's gonna be hard to put any of like the big strong Pokemon in S tier because I think what makes a good plush is it being cute. It's just hard to make good looking plushes be scary and tough. We're looking for Roggenrola. There he is. Whoa, bro is 3D. He sits phenomenally well.
Oh, that was designed to sit.
This is my pitch to the Pokemon company. You need to make Roggenrola pencil sharpeners. I think that merch goes crazy. I think this guy goes into B tier though.
But if he could sharpen pencils though.
If he was a pencil sharpener, S tier. I think they did as best as they could with him, but he just doesn't look too great. I think he's meant to be a B tier guy. Then we got Boldore, which is not him.
Right there.
They're together. He actually looks great. I love the color. I've actually never looked at Boldore before. Oh wait, they made it so like he's just sitting completely. Easy A tier. Is he a S tier? I'm thinking if I'm a Boldor fan and I had this plush, I'm like, it's Boldor. It's a perfect Boldor. Would you say that's an S tier?
I think he's a contender for sure.
But he's definitely not as cute. No, he is.
Yeah, I say pull the trigger.
I think he's an S tier. I think he goes down here.
Yeah, that's the smart decision.
Then we got Gigalith. Given what he is, I don't think he looks bad at all.
I think he just runs into the thing with Zipstrika or whatever. He just doesn't look tough.
No, he's not supposed to be a plush form. He's supposed to be a cool action figure where you can get all his tough edges and corners and stuff. He doesn't look bad. I also like how he can just do like a little dance. Oh, his face is very narrow though. I think it looks good, but
Looks a lot better from the side, if I can be honest.
like I'm seeing it from the side. Seeing him from the front doesn't bode the same. His design has a plush ceiling, you know? Oh no, I really want to put him in B, but the more I look, I think he's not that great. It's the face that really does it for me. It's this face, buddy. Like just trying to put him here.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm sad about it. Pokemon, you did good. It was hard to work with. Woobat. I know where he is. This is just a Woobat. Straight up Woobat. I like how they made him really fuzzy. Bro sits down no matter what. He's like really throwable. In the hand, like a chuck. And he flies. S tier. Easy Woobat S tier. Oh, I see him. Oh my gosh. Look at him. He's so excited.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's awesome. He's a silly little guy. They gave him like a lot of character somehow. Like his wings are up, his tail looks good. A weird shape for a tail, but it looks fine. His face is silly and happy. His feet are cute.
He has like the anime gap in his smile.
Yeah, what a guy. Is he also S tier?
I think
whole
so.
line is
I like
S
him
tier.
better than Woobat.
Wow. It's the ones you don't expect, I guess. Drillbur. Oh, I saw this guy before. Where is he? He's one of my favorites. Look at this. This guy, he's S tier in my heart, personally.
Yeah?
Say what you will, he's awesome. If Drillbur was my ride or die, and I've got him as a plush, I would pop off. This is the nature of Drillbur. Whether you like it or not, he's S tier.
Hey, it's your tier list.
I am not wrong.
No, I never said that.
Drillbur deserves S tier.
Who are we looking for? Excadrill?
Yeah, I see him. I see him. This little guy also looks great, though.
I feel like they still captured his like tough and rugged aspects while also still being cute.
I think the design choice to have his pupils be square, but the rest of his body be very cute and plush-like was really, really good. I like how they embroidered his design and isn't just like painted on. They choose to like print some textures and like embroider some, but it looks really good in this case. I think he looks great, but I'm just starting to mix up S tier and A tier. I'm a huge Excadrill fan, but is this an S tier plush? Do I put these both in the same tier? My heart wants to.
I say follow your heart.
I think they both go up here. Wait, I need to go over here on this side now. I love that Drillbur so much. He's such an awesome guy. Aw, Dino's next. Found him immediately. This guy's adorable. Holy crap, that's just straight up Audino. I like his little feet, his little hands. This plush looks good. I think it's A tier.
No more thoughts, just, yeah.
Just A tier. Timber, where's the little man? Oh, here he is. They're all together. Whoa, this guy's great. He's really cute, I would say. The log, I didn't expect them to make it square because I feel like it's so much easier to make a cylinder plush, but I like the attention to the squared log. I think he looks funny and silly and cute. I think he's a good one. I think he goes A tier. Yeah, that looks like him. This is Girder, right? Yeah, it is Girder. This guy is a weird Pokemon. Will he even sit? Is this the first one that won't sit?
No, he can
there he
sit,
goes.
but not well.
Yeah, you gotta finagle him. He's a finagler. I just don't like the look of this Pokemon, if I can be honest. His little steel beam. I don't know how they could have made the steel beam. I think this is the best it could be. It's okay. His face is okay.
If they put actual metal in it, he would fall over every day of the week.
Kids would be throwing their Girder plushes at each other in like recess, and he would be banned from schools. He's really hard to sit. I was surprised I got him to sit in the first place. I just don't like him.
Yeah, and the sad tier.
And he's not sitting for it either. There we go. He's kind of got a hunch over. And then it's Conkeldurr. I'll be honest, this guy looks really good.
I feel like his beams stabilize him, unlike the others.
Yeah, like his beams definitely help him out in the sitting category. He looks fine. I think this plush form does his original form justice, to be honest. And I don't think we've encountered that before. So I think I'll put him in A tier because of that. No, B tier.
You snuck in, buddy, almost.
I just saw this guy and I was like, no. I think it's hard for not cute Pokemon to break into A tier and higher. I don't think it's impossible. Blitzel did it. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. Timpole! Where is he? There he is. This guy's adorable.
Oh, that's a plush.
That's just a straight up Timpole. There's not even anything to really critique. That's just straight up Timpole and his AirPod eyebrows.
Yeah, that's him.
A tier. Simple. Palpitoad. Here he is. It's interesting that they did like the little seam here to make his little bulbous mouth. I don't think it really works the way they wanted it to. I think it just makes him look a little strange. He's a very small guy. I expected him to be bigger. I'd say B tier. He's not bad. There you go. I see exactly the guy we're supposed to do next.
Honestly, I forgot there was another one.
Seismitoad. A very wide man. Look at his foot. I didn't know his feet looked like that. What a funny guy. He's very wide in the face. He looks pretty good being a final Evo. I think he's an A tier final Evo, honestly. No, he's not.
Close.
He was very close. Then we've got Throw and Sock. I know Throw is over here. No, that's Sock. We'll do them together. There you are. Sock looks great. Throw is very square.
I think that's just how he's built.
That is how he's built, but why does he look different? Sock looks very on model. Throw just looks like a Minecraft villager. Or like...
Oh, like the Easter Island statues.
Yeah, the Eastern Islands heads. I think he looks funny. Sock looks great. Throw is a tier below him.
Oh, you gotta split them up.
I do have to split them up. I think Sock can go here.
Oh no.
They sit really well though.
I just like the pheasant peeking up.
Oh yeah, I forgot we banished him. Next is Sewaddle. Sewaddle is cute.
Big head syndrome.
Barely doesn't sit. Yeah, I don't know what constitutes as a sit, but he is toeing the line. Very big-headed man. Very cute though. It's not a Lillipup situation, but I think they could have shrunk his head a little bit. Oh, there's like the little leaf hole. I like that detail. I think this will go B tier. This guy, oh my goodness, Swadloon. Swadloon looks fantastic.
He looks ready to sit.
He was born to sit, I think. I think he's adorable. I like this Pokemon a lot, Swadloon. For what it's worth, I think he looks great. I think this is just A tier, straight up A tier. And then we got Levani. I think the legs look really good for a complicated design. Very thin. I think he looks fine. I like it. I think this is the definition of B tier. Yeah, this is B tier. You can go with little Babby. Venipede, there he is. Oh my gosh, he's just perfect. Do you see him?
That's an instant S tier. I
That's
already
a
know it.
perfect guy.
I think it's everything you'd want in a plush, you know?
Exactly, like he's firm but not hard, you know? He's squishy. Perfect proportions, I would say. He's just straight up skyrocket to S tier. Venipede, good on you, buddy. Venipede, and then it's Whirlipede. This is dense. This is like the densest Pokemon plush we've got.
Can he spin? Oh.
Kinda. It's like a weird Pokemon to have as a plush, to be honest. They did fine. I think it's a good A tier for Whirlipede. You can go like this.
works.
And then Scolipede. Whoa. Scolipede is like one of my favorite bug Pokemon. And I'll be honest, this isn't Scolipede.
Ooh.
I think it was too hard to make a plush of him, honestly. He's a little wonky. He's a bit of a little shrimp man. I love this Pokemon, but unfortunately, I think he goes down here. It's so sad. Poor thing. Then we got Cottony. So this is Cottony. He's very tall.
Wow. That's a big Cottony.
He's a very big guy.
Not supposed to be that big.
No, he's very tall too. He's kind of supposed to be like more like this, but
Yeah, he's
very
squish. He's rounder, usually more ovular.
I don't think he's bad, but it's not quite
It gives me
Cottony.
burger vibes.
Or I see it, or like little macaroon
Better.
vibes.
Yeah, better than a burger.
I think it's a good plush, but I think he goes into B tier because it's not quite, the proportions make me feel like it's not quite there, but he's very cute. And then we got Whimsicott. Here, do you want to rank
No,
this one?
I got it. I just want to zoom in on Whimsicott. I love Whimsicott for the record. This is one of my favorite guys. This is an easy S tier for me, but I'll let you talk about it.
I think this is a fantastic plush.
Agreed.
It's just the perfect shape. They have his proportions correct. I think it's fantastic. He's got good like plushness. He's very cute. I think this is a 1-to-1 Whimsicott plush to the original. So I I think he definitely goes up in S tier as well. I just think he's straight up cute. He's adorable. Petalil. Surprisingly sits well. This is a very bright yellow, almost.
Like a lime.
I think this is a very, very good Petalil. I think it's adorable. The shape is perfect, but the color is not quite there. I think they could have used this color and it would have been a perfect Petalil. It's a shame because this is S tier quality, but the color brings him down to A tier for me. And Lilligant, very bulbous, very, very cute, I would say.
I'm a Lilligant fan.
I think it's great. The flower is huge. For as complicated as a plush design this is, they did a fantastic job. I don't think it could be S tier, but it's straight up with A tier, just like Petalil. Now we got the Basculins. We'll judge them together.
They have different eyes.
Yeah. What is my opinion on these guys? This one looks better, but I think it's just because the eyes are wider. This one's kind of like got the mean muggin look. I don't know how, but his lip is like fatter, even though I don't think that's true. This guy goes here.
Oof.
Tough, buddy. This guy can go here. B tier is getting filled out. Sandile. Oh my goodness. Look at him.
Oh.
This is a good one.
Big head, but he makes it work.
He makes it work. His legs are like out like that, so that like helps balance out. He's a good guy. I think the head is a little bit big, like a little too puffy for Sandile, but he's a very cute guy. I think it's straight up to A tier for him. He can go here. Petalil is staring at him. I think this guy looks great. He's just got Ari vibes. The proportions are good, the shapes are good. Right up to A tier again. You go there. Then we got Crocodile. He's over here. Oh, here. Whoa! Why is his mouth down like that? Come on, buddy. His mouth droops down a lot, which is a bummer. I think this guy is awesome. They did his hands really well. I like his little trunk feet. I think if they made the snout a little bit shorter like this, it would be easier for it to not droop down. I think he's great though. Good shape to him. I'll put him in A tier too, just because I like the line a lot. Darumaka. I think this guy's adorable. What a funny, silly guy. I think he could be rounder though.
Yeah, it's such a Pokemon made to be a plush.
If I was like a little child, I could easily have this be my favorite plush that I take everywhere and hide in my backpack and bring to school. I do think this is an A tier plush though. Oh wow, this is the wrong color? Question mark?
Yeah, it looks kind of brown.
It's a very brown.
The Zen mode looks good.
The Zen mode looks really good, yeah. I love the tiny, tiny detailed plush parts because they look good and they look hard to get right. This is just like straight up plastic that's been printed on. Darmanitan, the shapes look good, but it's just not the right color.
Feels like the easy part.
Maybe they wanted them to be like different looking side by side, but the color just brings it down to B tier for me. This form though looks good. I think he gets A tier. I don't know who would want a plush form of the Zen mode Darmanitan, but it's out there and it's a good one, so. Maractus! Whoa! I think this is gonna be the first sitting cutie that doesn't sit.
You have to
I'll be
plant that one.
completely honest.
Oh, wow.
It straight up sits. The shapes just aren't quite right though. Like it's supposed to be a little squished. I think the colors are also a little off. I love Maractus. I think they should have went with a lighter green, like on this part. His face could be cuter. It was close, but I don't think it's quite right. So I think it's gonna go down to this one.
Oh, that's tragic.
Unfortunate. I'm a huge Maractus fan. As a Maractus fan, I need to be honest with what I think Maractus looks like. We got Dwebble. Oh, I saw him. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
This is the most hermit crab Dwebble has ever looked.
I mean, I feel like it's no surprise that all the little cute Pokemon look little and cute in these plushes.
Yeah, this guy looks great. He looks very apart though. Like, I wish he was a little squished together like this. He kind of accordions out. I think he's adorable. Awesome Dwebble moment. I think he's a B tier.
Crustle's pretty easy to find in here, I feel.
Oh yeah,
it's
there
just
he
a
is.
big Minecraft
giant
block.
rock. Look at his arms.
That's a pretty good one. Dare I say a great one.
Why does he look like softer and cuter and fuzzier than Crustle? Like his eyes are so cute and fluffy. I didn't expect a really good Crustle plush to exist, but he's right here and he's pulling it off. I like him. He's an A tier. You go here. His little feet can dangle
Oh,
down.
he's cool. He's hanging out.
He's a great bookshelf plush. And then we got Scraggy. You can really see the folds.
Oh yeah, that dude's got pouches.
Bro's got skin. I get that he's supposed to have like the extra loose skin as his little pants, but I think it doesn't work here. I don't think it's working for me right now. It's a little too much. His face, I wish it was rounder and cuter. I don't like him. I'm sorry. Scrafty though. See, this is the correct amount of like saggy skin that I would like to see. Like this is too much folds. This is just right, but it's not like too in your face and creepy. He's got his little hood too that just like hangs out. I think he's fine. I think that's a solid B tier. In you go. Sigilif, there you are. Look at this thing.
How does this thing sit? Oh, maybe you have to put the tail flap behind him?
Maybe? I think he goes forward.
Oh.
I think this is the one that doesn't
Yeah,
sit.
it's a non-sitter.
He kind of chills back. The proportions on this man are crazy. They made him very cute. I think this is a great Sigilif plush, but his head is massive compared to what he actually looks like. And all things considered, I think they did a good job with him. I think it's an A tier. You can go up here, even though you don't really sit. Yan mask. Oh, here. Actually, he looks great. This one definitely does not sit, and they did not even try to make him sit, so he's got to sit like that.
Yeah, there's no attempt to sit there.
No, he's supposed to kind of just prop him up against like a book or something. All things considered, he's very cute though. The proportions are good, the mask is fine. I think it's a straight up to A tier with him.
I honestly think Crustle could like qualify for S tier.
You think so?
I'm not even a Crustle fan, but I see him hanging out all cool like this. I would move Sandile and Crustle. Like that's just me.
Ooh.
But I'm a fan of those guys.
I can put him up there just because B tier is getting crowded. Sandile,
Hey, his head's kind of big.
his head's a bit big
But Crustle though.
because he's so cool.
There we go. That's a cool guy.
We got Kafagrigus now. Does this guy stand too? No, he doesn't even stand.
Maybe plump him up.
Just move him around a bit. You think he can, but I don't think he can actually. The proportions are not like how he normally is, but I kind of like what they changed about him. He's just like wider and shorter. No matter what we do, I don't think this guy is gonna sit. If I'm a Kafagrigus fan, I think he's great. I'd say this is a good old A tier.
Even if he can't sit?
I think he's a good one. He can stand with friends, and I think that's a little friendship point that he deserves. Tortuga, this is actually really cute. His face is a little flat. He doesn't have his little beak. It looks like a little shelter head thing. His body looks great, but his face does not. Also, his back legs could use a little fluff all around. Like at first glance, I think he was a great little guy. I do appreciate the little textures here. Like it's not just sewn on, it's like actual textured fabric. But I don't think I'm enthusiastic about Tortuga. I think this is a sad face, unfortunately. I like Tortuga. I just think he could have been workshopped a little bit better, I think. But over here, Caracosta. Oh no.
Kind of flat, but is sitting.
He does sit. This guy was not really in a sitting position. His face is not what I expected it to be either. It's kind of just like they made a little ball and then put the features on. I kind of want more of like the snapping turtle beak that he has. I like his little sitting form though. I like what he's all about, but I'm not too impressed with this guy either. I think he's cute, but I think the best part about him is that he's sitting. I think he's just gonna go right here next to his little baby, unfortunately. Archon! Okay, Archon and Archeops are one of my favorite fossils, or just Pokemon in general. Here he is. Oh my gosh, his little bug eyes. Look at this guy!
Oh, baby.
Little baby Archon. Oh, let me get a good old look at you. Just a little goofy.
This is like an easy S tier right there.
You think so?
He's sitting, he's a cutie. That's a sitting cutie.
He's very derpy, but in the fact that Drillbur is derpy. So yeah, I think he's great. I'm popping off as an Archon fan. He goes up here with the greats. I love him. And then we got Archeops, big man on campus.
Oh, that is a big man.
Why is he so big? He's so stanced up. He's like, his claws are just printed felt and cut felt. I don't know if I agree with that one. It just doesn't match his feet. Lots of different textures going on this guy. He's definitely not as high up as Archon. I do like this man though. I think they did the best they could with him. My bias places him in the B tier.
Oh, we're getting a little full over there.
I'm looking for Trubbish now. Oh, here he is. Oh, no. He's cute. Look at his little teeth popping out. He's got an overbite for days. I don't care what people think. I'm a huge Trubbish fan. That being said, this is not the proportions of Trubbish. He's very wide. I like him though. I think his eyes are the ones that are a little off model for me, but I like when he's the size of your hand thing. And he sits very well. I think I'm also just gonna put him back in B tier though. Garbodor. There he is. Oh, this is great. This is super on model, I think. Look at him, he's so cute. He sits, his feet are way up.
He's super plump.
Very plump, very proportional. Yeah, I think this is fantastic, actually. I don't think, like, the Garbodor plush is cuter than the Trubbish plush, and I think that's incredible. I don't know how they pulled that one off. His little arm stays up. I think this is great. Is this S tier or is it A tier? Tostada, what do you think? Do you like Garbodor? No? I think she said A tier.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
That was an A tier from Tostada. Zorua. Ooh. I don't think that Pokemon Company would ever want to mess up a Zorua plush in their life. These things gotta sell like hotcakes. This is really, really nice, I would say. Good, just shapes, proportions. He sits, he's cute, he's adorable. I think this is nothing short but just an S tier plush. I think it's straight up here for him. Oh, hello. Zoroark.
Sorry, I'm looking at Tostada.
You like Zoroark, Tostada? Acting like she doesn't see. We got Zoroark now. He looks good. Like we said already, the tiny little baby plushes are so easy to make
I think
look
like if
good.
you have like human-like appendages, it's just hard to put that into a plush too.
Yeah, like he's got so much going on, so much his tiny little waist, but I think they make it work really well. Nothing looks weird. I mean, his little tufties are pretty soft, but I think that's just comes with the territory of having it be a plush. This is great. What makes this an S tier? Tostada. I'm gonna have to lock her out. I think he's great. I'll be nice. We're gonna put them both in S tier. Why not? I think it's good. Minccino. Oh.
Yeah, this one has to be little, right?
He's tiny, tiny. I feel like his head is too tall. It should be rounder and more like squished to be a little more cute. Everything is set up to be great, but I don't think they got the head size correct. And he could be so much more chibi cute. He sits really well though. I like the colors. If he was just like a little more like this, you know? It's so cute, but when I saw it, I went, that's not quite right. No, it feels too mean. I can't be mean to Minccino. He goes here. Cinccino, on the other hand, this is right. They got the head like good this time. It's nice and round and full. He's cute, he's chibi. This is a really good plush. He's like all the little hair parts are nice and full and squishy. He's soft. He sits after a little bit of messing around. He's a good one. I don't know any die-hard Cinccino fans, but if you are one, then this is a good plush. I'd say up here, just because it's so full. You know, some plushes are a little flat. He's great all around. What are you doing? Playing with batteries?
You took our battery away.
Well, there's so many other things you can play with Tostada. Not batteries. Gothita. Okay, my bias is gonna come out with this line. I think if they were gonna do Goth Gardevoir, they could have made it so much better than this line. But alas, here we are. I think the lips are really cute and funny though. The whole head is really big and the face is tiny. It's not quite right. Even as a Gothita non-enjoyer, it's not quite right. The body is cute. It sits surprisingly well, but this thing goes here. I don't like looking at it. And that's because I don't like the Pokemon. Is it just me or does this whole line not look quite right? It could be better. It's not bad. I think like the head should have just been smaller here and they fixed that problem with Gothita. I think it's a good plush. It's soft. I like the colors. We'll put you up here to a B tier. How about that? I feel like that's generous. Gothitelle. With the little lady spreading her tiny, tiny legs to sit down.
It just feels like the more involved a design is, the worse it is as a plush.
I feel like they absolutely tried their best, but it does not translate to a plush. Like this line is more for figurines, I think. Tostada. Oh, are you trapped? Come out here. Will you come look at her?
Oh my god.
She got stuck. Tostada, you pitiful thing. No, she got soft locked. Yay.
Figured it out.
All right, no more bathroom for her.
So with this whole pool of plushes remaining, are we gonna talk about the other 2 boxes you have over there?
We'll talk about it later. We'll get to it. But yeah, the dress, like they were trying to get the layers of the dress, but it's just cut fabric and it doesn't feel that great. So I think this one goes down here with the baby. That's just how it goes sometimes. Solosis! Okay, big Solosis fan over here. Oh no, Solosis! Oh my god, he's perfect.
I mean, that's just a stress ball.
I think he's perfect. There's just nothing that is wrong with him. Look, he's got a little backside, looks like butt cheeks. Up here, perfect. Perfect specimen little being. Duosion, also fantastic. Perfect being, specimen 2. Nothing is wrong with him. He sits. Does he have beans? A little bit of beans. Perfect, also S tier. Up here. It's kind of like the same plush, but a different shape. Reuniclus, I don't know why. He's just an awesome guy. I don't think he sits though.
A little more than just a ball. It's not so much that he sits, it's that he balances.
Yeah, I think he does a good job. I don't think he's meant to sit. He's really supposed to like float. It just looks really good to me as a completely biased person. He goes straight up here too.
The whole family.
Line. The whole line. He does take up a lot of space with his open arms.
Oh, make him hug the others.
Like a little this.
Aww.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the family. Oh my god, I'm so happy for them. Ducklet, found you. He's just like a little guy.
That's a duck, if I've ever seen one.
That is just a duck. That is Ducklet. I think he's fine. He looks great. No other sitting cuties have had this fabric yet, so I think that's really cool. It's like feathery. A tier. I think his face is really cute too. Swanna. This one will be interesting. Swanna's much more detailed. Oh, they just pinned her wings down. That makes sense. The head is a lot. Swanna looks good. The head tuffies are really big. I feel like Ducklet is much cuter than the Swanna plush, but that's just how it is. I think it looks good. The fabric is just a little off-white, so my gut reaction is to think it's a little dirty, but I don't think that's true. I think it's just like slightly off gray. But I think it looks fine. I'd say this is a B tier. B tier Swanna. Vanilla, the infamous ice cream cone. This guy looks great. I'd say that's a 1-to-1.
He's not a sitter, he's more of a, he gets held, you
You're
know?
supposed to like hold him like this forever. Ice cream cones are not meant to sit. And if they made him sit, it would be an abomination. He'd be like this. And I don't think anyone wants that. I think this is great. This is just a good plush. I think he goes up to S tier because he's so on model. Yeah, it's just good. Vanillish, where is he? Tostada.
She's got a lot to say tonight.
She's got zoomies right now. She gets the late night
and
zoomies.
And the talkies.
The talkies and the zoomies. Hello? There, wait. Oh, wait.
Oh, you reviewed the wrong one.
I reviewed the wrong one. Okay, well, we'll go baby now. My bad. Vanillite. Okay, so the other one was Vanillish. This is Vanillite. Pardon me, I don't know the line that well. I don't.
The Vanillish fans are in flames right now.
I'm gonna get flamed. He looks great. I think he's fine. Yeah, he's cute, but I'd say he's A tier. Right in there. Tiny little baby guy. All right, now we've got Vanillux.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
You're not angry the Vanillux community?
I'm sorry, guys. I have to put a statement out now. He looks fine. The straw's a little wonky. I wish it was up more, but I feel like that's something out of their control, especially when shipping them in like a container that squeezes them like this. I think it's fine. I think it's also an A tier. Here. Okay, the deerlings.
Yeah, I was about to ask, can we just knock all these out real quick?
Yeah, we're doing all the deerlings at one time. I already see like all of them. Okay, they look great.
I wonder how each of these sell comparatively.
I respect their dedication to having a plush of every single possible Pokemon out there.
Yeah, I respect it. I'm just shocked.
Yeah, they look good though. I think they could look a little better, but I don't know how I would change it.
Yeah, if anything, these were the mass-produced ones, so.
Yeah, I think they all belong in B tier.
Yeah, cram them all in together, make it work.
They're not gonna sit down. They're gonna all be back here together. I sure hope Sawsbuck is either really good or really bad.
Yeah, we need a few less B tiers in the world. They're just shoved up there,
All right, Sawsbuck.
which we also have 4 of.
We do have 4 of them.
Hi, Tostada. She's just still watching.
These ones have all completely different skins as well. Like they're not even just copy paste.
Yeah, because they all have different antlers.
Yeah, these also look fine. Again, huge props to them for making individual new little deers. It looks like the deer body is the same, but they put different antlers, different tufts. Actually, this one has different little things too. They look great. Win for the Sawsbuck community. My guts is B tier, but
Do what feels right.
what's right is B tier.
Do what crams right.
I can't put them
No,
in
you can
B.
make it work. Just shove them all in there.
They take up so much space too.
Yeah, well, you should have had bigger tiers.
You go here. All right.
A perfectly not cramped tier.
I wish that IKEA made bigger bookshelves. Emolga. I love Emolga. He's my favorite Pikachu. My favorite little Pikachu. Where are you? Oh, here he is. So cute.
Oh, that's a little guy.
Very, very small, tiny man.
Emolga is naturally small, but that guy is little.
Children hold him like this. Like if I was a little kid with my Emolga plush, I'd run around with like this. He's very cute. The proportions are a little not quite right for my taste. I wish the ears went a little more like this way. I think he's great. I would say this is right up to A tier.
Yeah, that's the littlest form of Emolga I've ever seen.
I recommend that Emolga to any Emolga fans. Carablast. He kind of just, oh, here he is. Oh my God, a little football. Why is he so chunky like this? He's like a little smushed Hershey's Kiss. He kind of sits backwards a little bit. Let me, oh, that looks good.
So it looks a bit more curved than he should.
He's a very bottom, he's a curvy little guy. He's angry and he's curvy. I think this guy's awesome.
Thoughts, feelings?
They made him such a droplet. I think that even though he's more droplet form, I think that was the executive correct decision. I now have an opinion on Carablast, and he's an awesome little guy. He will go back here. Escavalier. Here you are. Oh, his arms, he is swinging. He'll jab you. This guy does not look that great. It's a very confusing design, and I think the plush makers were just like, I'll be honest, I got nothing. So he's gonna go down here, but he's a very funny little
But it's an
guy.
understandable sad tier.
It's a sad tier that's slash pause. A slash pause frown face. Fungus. He is tall. I wish he was more droplet formed. He's supposed to be more like this, am I wrong? But he's like this. Definitely does not sit. He is a top heavy man. Yeah, this guy does not sit. Oh, hello, Tostada. Fungus? No, you're not in the frowny face tier, Tostada. I would say this guy is not that great. If he just was like this size, then I'd be like, this is perfect. Wah wah. What everyone was looking for. Everyone wants to know this one. What's this guy's name? Comment section. Who is he?
He doesn't look great.
He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. What can I say? He's a little silly. Frillish. Oh, we'll do both of them at the same time as well.
They don't sit, do they? They just they just fall.
Maybe we can do like one of
Oh, that's
these.
cute.
Like this.
Oh no, that works totally.
That totally works. But yeah, they do sit. Nothing spectacular about them, nothing bad. I'd say B tier. Jellicent. These guys definitely sit like the other ones. Why is this one so
They mainly
flat?
just flop.
I did not expect this one to be so flat compared to this one. I've never been a big Jellicent fan, but these are cute. This one's just like sits on the floor though. It's hard to have opinions on these guys because they're so oddly shaped.
But if you had to have an opinion,
But if I had, oh, they even have the little tentacles actually. This one actually looks a little weird. Like the head is really big compared to this one. I feel like this one's more on model than this one. I think they get separated. Yeah, I think I gotta separate them, as ironic as that is. I feel like that's like the first big separation. You go here,
God, that is a cramped shelf, that B tier.
and then these guys right in there. Yeah, people don't realize all the Pokemon that are behind this tier. Alomomola. Okay.
I forgot this was a Gen 5 Pokemon. I always thought this was a Alola for some reason.
Oh, really?
I think it's
see
because
it.
it's in the name, honestly.
That makes sense. Very flat, but a very flat Pokemon. It's Alomomola. Could be better, don't know how. That's a B tier. Oh, I know exactly how to put this one in.
Sliding it in.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, look at Tostada.
Where is she? Oh,
Oh, you looking like that. Okay.
she's done looking like that.
Joltik. Okay, I've got a story for Joltik here. So I'm a huge Joltik fan. If Pokemon were real, I would have a little Joltik just like this. Every once in a while, I go through a plush buying phase, like every month. And I go onto eBay and I just like look at what eBay has to offer in terms of the plushes they have. And I saw this plush. This was like a month ago before the line was released or I even knew it existed. And I saw this plush on eBay for like way more money than he should have been. And I'm not gonna disclose how much it was because you'll judge me a lot.
You buy it? You have another one? Oh, I see.
So I bought this one. They have different tags and he's also different. Wait, what? What?
Maybe it's just not a sitting cutie.
Maybe. Well, either way, I've got 2 Joltik plushes. This is the sitting cutie. This is just a random one that was way too much money. I like this one, but we're ranking this one. This one's very cute. He's definitely more compact than this one over here, but he's perfect. I think he's great. I wish these were like out more to give his face like a little more fluffy face, but I can't put Joltik any lower than S tier. He was meant to be a plush and he was meant to be my best friend.
Oh, there he is.
All right, Galvantula, another friend. Oh ho ho. Joltik and Galvantula are one of my favorite lines ever. I love these guys. His legs are all spindly. He's a cute guy. I like him. I wish that these were plush and not like, I'm not a big fan of the cutout felt, but I think that's just what they have to do sometimes. I think he's great. I wish he was a little more plush-like though. He's a little like too loose for me to call it fantastic. So I think he goes safely in the A tier, just like that. Ferroseed, little guy. It's the tiny ones that they can get perfect, honestly.
He's a spiky little stress ball.
He is. Oh, it's this one.
They could have just removed that one and no one would have noticed.
He can sit, but it's difficult for him. I'll be honest, I can look past the not sitting because this is perfect. This is a perfect Ferroseed
Yeah, he's
plush.
gonna get crammed.
So many little brothers are gonna get this thrown to their head, and that is an S tier for me. Ferrothorn now. Ferrothorn, I see him.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have like the jabbies. Can you spin him for us? Yeah.
He's got physics to him. This is like the noodliest one we've encountered. His face is a little goofy. Just the legs are so long and funny looking. They're pretty good though. It's a complicated shape and I think they nailed it. I think this is a good old B tier.
Oh, he's easy to cram in there though.
Yeah, he doesn't take up much space. We got Clink, the Clink Clink Clunk. All right, these guys also look fine. No one just happens upon Clink and is like, this is a cute little plush. I get what he's about. Okay, here's what they did. They made one of these guys and then they sewed them together, you can see.
Oh, they are the same guy,
They're
you're right.
the same guy. I think that's funny. For a plush, he's fine. Nothing
Oh,
wrong
an
with
S
him.
tier. Wow.
Maybe not, actually.
No, trust your heart.
My heart says this. Ooh, Tostada. Yeah, his name's Clang. He's okay. This one is a lot more bulbous. She likes Clang. This guy's fine. B tier. Cling Clang. Well, all things. Wait. We gotta compare. Get back out here. Is this the same guy?
Wow, I think that's the same guy.
The main difference is this one's a little more bulbous. They didn't fill him as much. But man, they just repurposed him. I mean, that's just what the Pokemon is. It's just the same guy, but now he's got stuff on him. I think they could just go together, honestly.
I mean, they are pretty much the same after all.
There you go. Tynamo! I love this line. Oh my goodness. Huge Tynamo fan here. And I can say with a lot of bias, this isn't quite right. His head is very big. He's very ice cream cone-like. This is a chubby man, but he's very cute. I think he's a good plush, but I would say as an avid Tynamo enjoyer, this is a B tier. There you go. Electric. Probably not the best Pokemon name out there. It's probably my least favorite, but Electric is a cool guy. I think he's fine. He's a little flat, but no points against it. Does not sit. Really nothing else to say. You go right into A tier. Electros. My favorite guy ever. Electros is so underrated. Come on, sit for me, buddy. Please. Please. No. How I need you to sit. Work with me here. He doesn't sit. I don't think he sits. Electros is one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Unfortunately, he does not sit, but I think he looks great. This is a good Electros plush. He's big, tough guy, and they kept his big tough guy energy, and I like that. I like his big tough guy energy. He's a good one. He doesn't sit, but I'm biased, so he goes way up here. He sits alongside his friends. He has to lean on Crustle. Elgyem, the forgotten guy, the tiny forgotten baby.
Oh, that is
This is infant built. This is the build of a little baby. How can you not look at this and say a human baby? I think he's cute. Oh yeah, I had to look up a picture. He does have like the little indents here. I didn't know that about him. He's just such a funny little guy. I don't know how to rank him. I'd say B tier yet again. You can go right on Seismitoad. Oh, Behemoth's got little butt cheeks. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that until the little plush. Look at his little butt cheeks. Does he sit? He absolutely does with butt cheeks like that. He's actually really cute. I like his little stance like that. He sits, he's got little feet. I'd say this is an A tier, right there. All right, Litwick. Very cute Pokemon. The plush form is also very cute. It sits. I wish he wasn't as tall, like if they made him a little squished down. I think it's a good plush though. Litwick is cute, and this is a cute plush. I'd say a good old A tier. I love Litwick. Lampint. I like this guy. I think he's a silly little cute mid-evolution. The top is just the printed cut felt, which, you know, like I said, I'm not the hugest fan of. He's got the little top as a butt. Sorry, buddy. My bad. I think he's a great little plush. I like the line a lot. I think despite having this big old, like whenever they do the cut fabric like this, my brain automatically thinks like a little bit cheap, but I don't know how they would fix it without it looking bad. So I think it's fine. It goes up here with his friend. Chandelure. A huge Chandelure fan here. This line is not meant to sit. The tag is also in a weird spot. He kind of just sits there. He kind of sits, kind of. He leans back, he chills. He kind of like reclines. That's the word I'm going for. Given the fact he's a chandelier, they did a fantastic job with him. Nothing feels out of place. Everything looks proportional and symmetrical and consistent. I think they could have made a lot worse of Chandelure plushes. I think this is great. He's a little too spindly to go to S tier, so the whole line is A tier. Axew, a big fan favorite Pokemon this guy is.
another baby meant to be a plush.
He is. The colors feel a little off though.
Yeah, I feel like he should be more green.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a little, like a decent amount darker, especially on the top part here. He feels very, very green. I think that's the biggest thing throwing me off. Great proportions. He's a cute little guy. I just wish they had more accurate colors for the plush. So I think for that, he'll go B tier. Will you sit right here for me? Perfect. Fracture. I love Fracture. Oh no. He's a little squished. His face goes in like this. As a big Fracture fan, this wasn't quite what I was picturing.
It's not quite white.
It's not quite white. I think this guy goes down here. The head shape is not quite right, but I love the Pokemon. And we got Haxorus. Ooh. Haxorus, what did they do with
Oh
him?
no.
Oh,
What did they do?
He's got the
You
gamer
little
neck.
banana man.
I do like him. I kind of like that he's got scoliosis. He just wants to sit here and play his little video games on his computer, on his PC. I think the colors on this guy is like a little bit off too. He feels very yellow.
He should not be a banana man.
He's a banana man. Banana shrimp man. Also, his face is like a completely different texture. I guess it's kind of like dragon scales. I like that. I'll be honest, he's growing on me. I think I'm putting him in A tier. Not because B tier looks like this, but because I like him very much. Cubchoo, I think. Aww, this guy's adorable. I think his ears are a bit of a strange shape, but overall this guy's cute. He's sturdy, he sits. He's got his little dingly snot. I put him in A tier though. I think that's a solid A tier. We got Beartic. This guy's big. Yeah, that's Beartic. He looks fine. He's got a huge 5 head though. His forehead is huge. I think this guy's fine. I think he could have been a little cuter, but overall decent. So with that, he goes straight in here.
Oh, you're running out of room.
Cryogonal. Here he is. Whoa, this is just different all around. It's not even like the soft fabric. You know what they probably did? They probably chose this fabric because it's kind of like sparkly, shimmery, like snow. Overall, the design is fine. You kind of just print his face on it. Unfortunately, he goes in the sad face. Shelmet, this guy's adorable. He sits really well,
that's
too.
A good sit.
This is a good old guy. He's cute, he's well formed, he sits really well. I think it's a good one, like straight up to A tier for me.
And there he goes.
Oh, here. Whoa, his little lips. This doesn't quite look like Excelgor, I'll be honest. He looks a little more derpy, you know? They got his little crossed arms. It's just the face that really takes away from me, personally. He's supposed to be all cool-like, but his lips have like the it doesn't do it for me. No. Oh,
to the sad tier he
to
goes.
the sad tier. He's a cool guy though. Stunfisk. Stunfisk is a Pokemon that's grown on me a lot. I think
He
it's
sits
great.
perfectly because that's just what he does.
He's made to sit, born to sit. Really cute. I like Stunfisk. I think there's nothing really to complain about this one with. It's Stunfisk. A tier. Mienfoo. Oh, look at his arms. Look at his arms. He's throwing the double punch.
Is that a sitter?
I don't know. I'm just confused about the arms being up like this. What this does for it. In terms of the plush, it's fine. It barely sits. Without the tail, it wouldn't sit. It's not bad. It's just a little awkward in terms of what he's doing. What is he cooking? B tier. Mienshao. Okay, this is much better. You know, he's got the praying mantis stance. It's shorter fabric they print it on where it's not as soft. Sometimes it happens. I would say this is fine. It's okay. My gut says B tier. In you go. Druddigon. Whoa, what a little hamburger helper guy.
Elaborate.
I don't know, it's just his head. He's so meaty. The body is fine, it's just the head that's like very large. His teeth are all over the place. This poor thing. I think they did the best they could. I like the texture on the belly, good attention to detail. But this poor thing's head, honestly, it's just a little ugly for me. I'm a big Druddigon fan. Golett. Look at how tiny he's cute. He's all stanced up. This guy's so round and cute. He's very horizontal though. I think the detail of his little stone of just the cut printed fabric is okay. I'm just not a big fan of it, but I understand like why they had to do it. I think it's a good plush. He's very orb-like. He's very sturdy. You can hold him like this, like this. I'd say this is an A tier. Right there. Golurk. This guy. He does sit.
It's a no leg day kind of guy.
His legs are so horizontal. He's got his little dress. Golurk. He's really cute. Also very orb-like. They got his details really good too. They printed the spiral. He's funny. He also gives me like Burger King vibes.
You can't just say these things.
What do you mean? Oh, I got him from Burger King.
Oh, Burger King toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Golurk. I would say B tier. Aw. Look at his little dangly feet. Ponyard. Aw. He's got his little knife on his face and he sits. I do like his little stabbies. The head is a little funny. I don't know how they could have done this part a little bit better, but it's a little wonky. I'll be honest, he's not that great, but he's very silly and cute. That counts for something. Sad face.
Oh. I think that's the
I
most
don't want
brutal
to.
one
I'm a
yet.
big I like Ponyard, but you know. Bisharp. I think he's gonna fall down to the same fate. It's just this thing. If you can preserve this in perfectly the straight angle, then I think it wouldn't be too bad. Mine just keeps doing this, like a little hair flap.
I think if we put like hard plastic on it, it just makes the plush a little less plushable though, you know?
Yeah, it's hard for kids to like snuggle up and be like, good night. It's also just the head. It's just a hard Pokemon to design a plush for. I think they did the
Bisharp was
best they
not made to
could.
be a plush. He was an
No.
action figure kind of Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree. Bouffalant, here you are. Oh my god, he's cute.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's little guy Grumpy. Oh my gosh. Look at this hunch. Look at this hunch right there. I love this guy. Bouffalant, huge fan. I love how he just hunches over. He's dedicated to sitting, and then it looks like this. But I think he looks great. I'm a big fan, honestly. I think this is straight up to A tier. Right there. Rufflet. Where is the Rufflet? Oh my gosh. I think this is the first time they've used this fabric. It's a lot. I think I would have preferred it with the Bouffalant hair fabric. I think it would have been fine. I think he looks a little deranged because of this crazy hair. Everything is fine. I'm just not a big fan of this hair fabric. I think we can call this B tier. Braviary. Hello. Oh my goodness.
Whoa,
This
wings out. I just wouldn't recognize this as Braviary if I can be real.
His head is huge. It's more like this, but I think it's very spherical. I do like the floppy wings like this. I think it's cute, but if I saw this in like a store, I'd be like, look at this guy. And then I'd put him back. Right back in there. Vullaby. I'm not a big Vullaby fan. Oh, but this is cute.
That makes for a good plush. He sits super well.
I think all the orb-like Pokemon really do well in the plush form. And Vullaby is very orb-like. Like, they could have did this with Rufflet. I don't think they needed to go all crazy with the hair. Vullaby looks great, I'd say. Up here. You can go right there. Mandibuzz. Oh, Mandibuzz.
Oh, that's a bird.
It sure is a bird. Nothing really to say, nothing stands out. It's just Mandibuzz. The proportions are the best they could do. I think he's very wide. A little bit of a refrigerator stance, but pretty good. B tier. They're just like coming forward a little bit more every
Almost
plush.
falling out, but not quite yet.
Heatmore. Ooh, I love Heatmore. Oh, they didn't give him his little fire tongue.
I'm shocked. I expected a little skink tongue.
I feel like they tried, but they couldn't make it look good, so they just took it off.
I'll be honest, I don't think it has to look good.
They just have to commit to it.
I don't think that's been their concern for some of these.
The claws are really good, actually. They're like individually sewn claws. They're not just like the felt printed out like that. I think he's really good. His arms are a little dangly though. Good guy. The way they printed this fabric here, it's kind of, the red has come off. So I think that's a little off-putting for me. But if you don't care about this, then I think it's a great Heatmore plush. He's a good shape. Where do I put him? Now I'm biased and like not putting them in B
You
tier.
can just put him in B tier.
Yeah, you'll make it work.
No, 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 no!
It was a matter of time.
Durant and his little spindly legs. Oh, he's very long. He's like a little train. His face is funny. I think this is fine. I just don't think Durant is meant to be a very cute plush. Like, this is a plush Durant, but it's not a cute plush in general. B tier. I can fit him in. He is small. Dino. He's a
Oh.
cute guy.
That's not a B tier.
No, he's not. I like how they have his mouth open and everything. He
Yeah, my dude is
sits
pogging.
great. He sure is, actually. Dino Pog. Great plush, nothing to say. A tier. Zawilus is next. Oh no. It's hard when you have two heads to work with. I think he's a little...
I think they made it work.
I think they made it work. He's a little scrunkle, but I think he's good. It's a little goofy, but I think it's
But
supposed
if you
to
had
look...
to rank him,
If I were have to rank him, it'd definitely be A tier.
For any reason in particular?
I think they earned it. Hydreigon! Oh,
yeah, this is one of those designs where let's just see what
there's
they can do
a
with
lot
it.
going on here, and they committed to all of it. Does he sit? His little, his little
sits.
tufty feet make him sit. Oh, that's so cute. I think there's just a little too much going on, unfortunately. I'm a huge Hydreigon fan. I think he could be pulled off in plush form, but he needs to be bigger. I do like their little guys here. Wow, wow.
Unfortunate. A tragic sad tier.
Larvesta. Oh, I'm a huge fan of the Larvesta
Oh,
line.
this is a cute one.
Oh, look at his little face. He's a little guy. I love when they're just little footballs. He's just good. That's just Larvesta. I think these are really sturdy. They're not flopping around. He is a unit. He does not flop. I love his little face. I think this is A tier. Yeah. Volcarona. Volcarona is one of my favorite Pokemon. Ooh, I think they did a good job with them. I feel like they could have made Volcarona look very ugly. He's also a recliner, you see? Relaxing. I love him. I love him a lot. The wings are nice. I like the ombre color gradient, and he sits in the palm of your hand like this. I like it. I like it so much that I'm putting him in S tier. Cobalion. They made him sit. What a cute guy. Cobalion's such a noble steed that it's very endearing to see him sitting like this.
It's humbling.
You feel like he's comfortable with you and he's being vulnerable right now. But as a plush, it's fine. It's Cobalion. Nothing stand out about him. I feel like I can make him work right there. Terrakion. Some people call him Terrakion.
You.
I like Terrakion. They made him all sit, I think. He's a funny guy.
He should be so beefy and strong, but instead he's tiny and sitting.
He is. This is also one that you're he's a soft man for sitting down in front of me. I feel like we are bonding because he's sitting down and he doesn't sit for anyone else. He looks really good though. His face is very round, but I think it's good. I think it's better than Cobalion, just in the fact that it was probably easier to make these shapes. There you go.
Oh, an A tier.
Yeah. Virizion. Aw. Oh no.
Oh, what a 180 that one was.
Oh, Virizion's one of my favorites of the three too. She's very colon 3. She looks like a cat, you know? Looking without the head, it looks good. And then with the head, it's ooh. It's just too chibi. Virizion is supposed to be elegant and sharp and edgy and stuff, but this is like a little round face. I think this one goes down here. It just doesn't look like Virizion to me. Tornadus. The incarnate form, he barely sits. He's got the fluffy cloud, but he does have the beans to help him. The Therian form looks great though. There's a lot going on with him, and I think nothing looks too much or too out of place. I think he looks really good. Honestly, both of these look good. I think these are both straight up A tier. As complicated designs these are, I think they did a really good job with them. You can go here, and you are way too big. In there. We got Thundurus next. This is pretty much just carbon copy of Tornadus. This guy though, the face is not right. I don't know how they did Tornadus Therian form so well and then Thundurus Therian form so bad. It's just the face, I guess.
That tail drips.
It really does. How is it supposed to go? I don't know how it's supposed. I guess it's supposed to just do this. When it doesn't go over the shoulder, it doesn't really, it kind of just flops around. This one's not that great. If you are a Thundurus fan, get the incarnate form because this is great. He is not, and he's very big. And then you go A tier. Yeah. Okay, and then the Pokedex weirdly goes Reshiram next and not Landorus. So we'll do Reshiram. It looks really good. They did his head really well. It's a lot, but nothing looks too much. They probably workshopped this guy a lot because it's the legendary, but he looks good. This is so hard. He goes in A tier, but now A tier is becoming B tier. Hold him there, Cressel. Now we got Zekrom. Oh wow, he looks great. All the little sewing lines make him look really good. I feel like this is actually a really good legend.
Yeah, these are hard to make.
Yeah, I don't know how they made him look so good. His face looks good, his wings look good, his designs all over the place look good. I feel like this deserves S tier because of just how complicated he is. I'm just really impressed. This is great, Zekrom. You can go in front of Pansage. Landorus. Time for Landorus. The tails, okay, we can swing him around like this. This part on his head, his log, looks so bad on this one, but not this one. Maybe it's because these things hold it down, but this is just large. He only looks good from this angle, but if you do this, it's whoa, forehead. This is definitely the worst incarnate form of the three of them. The Therian form looks great though. think I'm gonna put him just down here. He deserves B tier, but maybe he doesn't. He thinks he does. He can think what he wants. But I like the Therian form, actually. I think they did a really, really good job. He looks great. And that's why he deserves S tier.
Yeah, he does. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for T. Landorus.
Kyurem.
Oh, this pile is getting small.
Oh, there's 3 Kyurems.
Oh, they got all the Kyurems? I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Okay, so Kyurem, his face does not really look good.
I can't even like really see it.
He's like a little, like a pug where his face kind of sinks in a little too much. His skin kind of overflows into his face. His arms are so small and his little ice arms are also so small. This poor thing. I think I would be nice to him and be like, you know, it's hard to get legend plushes right, but seeing how well they did with Zekrom makes me say this is a little bit of a frowny face for me, sadly. I think it's also just hard to do the face right. He's kind of being swallowed by his own ice. The Kyurem white design is already a lot and kind of, you don't really know what's going on. And that multiplies in plush form. And then, does this guy look any better? This is a little bit of a funny face. I'll be honest, I think they all go in a frowny face tier.
Understandable, I gotta say.
Yeah. Keldeo, oh, I forgot he's got 2 forms. He's got his little straight form and he's got his gay form. They're fine. Actually, the head is very horizontal and squished. It looks like he got a little bit clamped like this, and then like they removed the clamp and they're like, uh-oh. He's very, very horizontal. He's supposed to be much more round, I think. I guess you can squish him to be a little rounder. I think Keldeo is a very cute Pokemon, but for some reason he didn't translate the best. I think this guy looks a little better, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because they have the cut felt that I don't really like too much. But I think this guy goes in...
Think carefully.
I got it. This guy goes in B tier.
Bold. Just shove him in there.
And then this guy goes frowny face, laying down like that. We got the 2 Meloetas. Hatsune Miku. Does she sit?
Looks like she wants to.
She sure wants to. This one definitely does not. It kind of looks like a little bit of a comb over. Besides the comb over, she looks good. I'd say it's good. She's soft, she's cute, dainty. I love her little feet. This one's A tier for me. This one is also good. Her legs are cute like that. I feel like they're both A tier. Like that. And then you go in here like this. One last one. After 173 plushes, we're finally on the last guy, Genesect.
And I bet this dude is not B tier.
Personally, a huge Genesect fan. Work with me, buddy.
Pretty top heavy, to be fair.
He very much is. He's got like all his mass up here and then the tiny little stick body. I don't think he sits. He kind of just lays there like that. Poor thing. Me when Pokemon forgets I exist and I'm super cool. I love him, but he goes down here, unfortunately. And that's it. That's all the Pokemon Sitting Cuties Gen 5 plushes. The entire line with Joltik at the very top. Don't forget about him. Okay, overall thoughts on the line. I put a lot of them in B tier, but I would say these are just good plushies. And then like we're starting with good plushies, and then when they're even better, then they go higher. But I wouldn't say any of these are bad. These are the ones I would say maybe make sure you like the Pokemon a lot and you just want a plush of them. They're not really the best.
But which is the worst?
Well, we've only got one in the forgotten tier, so poor thing. Yeah, I would say this is a really, really solid line. I'm really happy I own all of them because I'm insane. I'm an insane person. Thank you, Pokemon, for sending me all the guys. I'm sorry I called a couple of them ugly, but I think they all look really good. They're really good plushies. If you like any of them, I would say buy them. Now, after ranking all of Gen 5 of the Sitting Cuties, I started thinking in my head and I was like, why stop at Gen 5? I want to rank every single Sitting Cutie out there. You can probably see I bought all of Gen 1 already.
That wasn't even a gift. You just bought that
Yeah,
one.
I bought those. Pokemon sent me these ones, and then I bought Gen 1 because I'm impulsive. But Pokemon, I would love to work with you and rank all of the plushies. Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4. We did 5. Gen 6 when you're out. Don't do the Vivillon line. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be one of the few people in the world to own all of the Pokemon Sitting Cuties.
This is a problem.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
This is the line. Go get yourself a plush. If you like any of them, I suggest Joltik. That's about it. Thanks for watching.